Hello, everyone, and welcome to Community Conversations, which is a podcast of Wigan Construction. I'm Diane Woodworth, a former school superintendent and now retired from that role, obviously, and am currently a business development education specialist. That's a mouthful at Wigan Construction. It's been a lot of fun. Today, I'm joined by a fellow retired superintendent, Michael Keaffaber, who is the newest member of our team at Wigan. So I'm so glad that you were able to join us today.
Thank you.
Yeah, and together we're excited to interview today Dr. Kuhn, who is currently the superintendent who followed Mike Keaffaber here at MSD Wabash. Yes. And you can tell obviously who's retired and who's not by looking at our attire. Love it, love it. So let's take a little time, Mike, and just introduce you to our audience. So how'd you end up in this role? Tell us a little about what you did in education and maybe how you two know each other.
Okay. Well, first of all, I want to say you introduced me as Michael. I only use Michael when I'm in trouble.
Okay,
so Mike is better.
We'll go to Mike.
But you did say that the second time. So,
okay.
But thank you. So just to give a little bit of background, basically in 2008, I was hired by Dr. Scott Hambeck and the school board here at MSD of Wabash County to be the principal at White's Junior Senior High School. Spent about 3 years there. Prior to that, though, I was at Oak Hill United School Corporation. Was there as a teacher at Converse Elementary for about 10 years, principal at Oak Hill Junior High for 9, and then finished my career at Oak Hill before I came here to MSD of Wabash, 4 years as an elementary principal at Sweetser Elementary. And so the 3 years at White's was a great experience, and Dr. Sandra Weaver at the time then, I moved then to become principal at Northfield Junior Senior High School, and I was there about 4 years. And then the opening for the assistant superintendent of finance with the titles of director of transportation and director of food service came open, and I was there doing that for 1 year here at MSD. And so Dr. Weaver then retired, and then I became the superintendent here for 9 years before my retirement, just this past July 1, 2.5 months ago. And so Dr. Kuhn, during my 9 years as superintendent, was the assistant superintendent of finance, did a fantastic job, and also we worked together really for about 16 years because he was, and he'll probably share some of that maybe later, but he had other positions he held here, and that was a great experience to be able to work with him in other capacities, but also what he did from basically 2016 to 2025 before I retired, and then he took over that position. So I love my 40 years in education, but then also been very honored and privileged to have the long title, like you said, a mouthful, of Business Development Education Specialist. Only been doing this for about a month, but have learned a lot from you, the other team members of the business development, and just look forward to doing a lot more with different school districts in our area.
Super, well said. So did you hire Dr. Kuhn into that position?
As assistant superintendent, yes.
Like when you became superintendent, you moved him into that?
Yeah, Dr. Weaver hired me when I first started here at MSD.
Yeah. Oh, very good. I forgot Scott Hambeck was here. Yeah,
and Scott Hambeck then, yes, when he was kind of like my last hire before he moved on, and then Dr. Weaver came in and worked with her several years before her retirement.
Right. As you can tell, superintendent colleagues know each other from years back and how our stories intertwine. So yeah, it's all fun. Well, okay, now turning to Dr. Kuhn, we have some questions for you.
Okay.
Right. What inspired you to become an educator even?
So, thinking back about that question a little bit, my dad was an educator. He was a teacher and a coach. And so growing up, I spent a lot of time at school. I spent a lot of time at the practice fields. So I got to see firsthand a lot of those teacher, coach, mentor relationships happening. And then that leads me to think back to the time where just all the people that took the opportunity to invest in me. Right. And so I knew early on that I wanted to help people, but I don't know that it was necessarily in education per se. My degree, actually, my background's I have a degree in biology.
Oh, all right.
And so I was gonna go into the medical
Right.
field. I was going to help people that way.
Right.
And so the interesting part of it, and it's kind of funny how God and life works a little bit, but after I graduated, I had about a year reprieve before I could attend the graduate school for physical therapy.
Oh, okay.
And so during that time, I was offered a position to coach football at Butler University,
Oh, nice.
and but I had to go to school.
Uh-huh.
And so I like, what can I get accomplished here in this next year?
Right.
And I had earned enough credits that I could get a teacher's license.
Sure.
And so I went through classes that first semester. I did my student teaching that second semester. And at that point in time, I realized this is what I wanted to do. I really felt like I could make a bigger impact in helping people with the students. I felt there was more investment in there for me. And so that's kind of what led me into
That's
education.
cool. That's
and then it's
cool.
just kind of spiraled through there. And so, yeah,
So you started as a biology teacher.
I did.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your trajectory of your career. Where were you at before you came here?
Yeah, so my first teaching job was at Westfield Middle School. So I taught 7th grade life science. I had 6 sections in a row of life science. And so,
Yeah. I remember those days.
Right. And after that first year, an opening happened at the high school. So then I moved over to the high school and taught several different life science classes, biology being the primary one, but my favorite ones were in the areas of anatomy and physiology, and even a zoology class
Cool.
that I got to teach. And so really enjoyed that time. So I was there at the high school for 7 more years.
At Westfield, Washington.
Yep, Westfield, Washington Schools, so Westfield High School. And I coached there as well, so I coached football and track during that time. Well, during that time, I went back to school to get my master's degree in administration. And after I finished that, I started applying for some positions, and there was a position open here at MSD of Wabash County.
Okay.
And really, the only reason I kind of applied for that position is my wife is from this area.
Okay.
She graduated from Northfield, which is a part of MSD, and I kind of figured, well, if all those people that invested their time in her couldn't be that bad, right? And so
Sure.
I took the chance and went through the process and got offered the position to be assistant principal at Southwood Junior Senior High School.
Okay, yeah.
And so then I was assistant principal there for 3 years. Then I moved to LaFountain Elementary, where I was a principal for 2 years. And then we actually ended up closing LaFountain Elementary. And I was able to move into the principal role at Southwood Elementary.
Okay.
And so I was in that position for a couple years as well. And during that time, I went back to school at Indiana State, got my PhD.
Right.
And then when Mr. Keaffaber left to go to be the superintendent, he brought me along with him to fill the spot that he had at that time. So.
Super. So you have a real well-rounded K-12. So it's not, I mean,
Yeah, I've been in
taught
just about every
secondary,
position.
but
Yep.
which is really nice for this position you're in now to
Yep.
have all that variety of background in the different age levels. So good for you. Good for you. So what do you think makes this community, this school community, MSD, Wabash County, what makes it stand out to you?
So I think we really pride ourselves on being like a family.
Yeah.
I grew up in a bigger school corporation,
And where's that? I forget.
Logansport.
Oh,
I
yeah.
graduated from
Yeah.
Logansport, and
Yeah.
so I probably had 400 kids in my class.
Yeah.
And then when I taught at Westfield,
Yeah.
obviously there's lots
big.
of kids there as well.
Yep.
And so the things that I've noticed as far as differences in that is that we are a tight-knit group. People like their small communities because I feel like we can connect and become more like a family. Like the big schools, there's opportunities there to connect. There's lots of opportunities to connect, but you don't really get, I felt like, as deep of a connection because there's so many. Whereas here, everybody knows each other.
Yep.
Everybody knows who's connected to who.
All the relatives,
Right.
like that's so-and-so's aunt. Did you know that?
Yes.
And then, all
yeah.
that.
And we all
Yeah.
kind of take care of each other in that aspect.
Mm-hmm.
And I think one of the coolest things that happened probably a few years ago is after our opening day meeting, we invited everybody that was working in our corporation that graduated from MSD to come and take a picture. And we were shocked to really realize how many people have come back to invest in their schools that they graduated from.
Which tells you something.
Yes, so that's something special, I think, and it shows that we're doing good things here. So.
Yeah, I felt that family connection. I met with some of your teachers when we were doing some planning for the current project, and I really picked that up, that family feeling here. Very cool. Yeah. So tell us about Bridge and the impact it's having on students across Indiana.
So Bridge is a program that has been going on for several years now. It's a credit recovery program that initially got started through our partnership with Josiah White's. So Josiah White's is a residential facility that students are placed there, and we educate those students. And so what was happening is a lot of times when those students were having success in our schools, they would get released and go back to their home environment.
Right.
And when they go back to those environments, their success started to fall back off. So we wanted to build a connection to that gap so that those students that went back home could stay with us and still earn their credits to graduate. Well, we really learned from that met a lot of needs of all types of students throughout the state of Indiana. And so our goal with that is to provide support and a purpose for those students that are at risk, that are behind in credits because of just life circumstances that have impacted them. And it's really a lot, for most of them, their last opportunity.
Right.
And one of the coolest parts about the program is the graduation ceremony.
Oh, my God.
So this year we graduated 179 students.
Really?
Yes, and
Wow.
so we get them all together. Their families come. They make a big deal about it because it is a big deal. And the part that's really neat is that at the end they can, for part of the ceremony, they can give they leave and they go out and give flowers to somebody that's invested in them and is important in them. And so it's really an emotional time because, like I said, for a lot of these kids, it was their last chance.
So how many students are enrolled in this program, like this year, for example?
So we typically have around 250 to 300 kids.
Yeah.
And so every year's a little bit different.
Right.
And so it just kind of depends on what season of life those students may be in
I bet.
when they seek our support. So
That's amazing. Good for you all to see that need and do something about it.
yes,
I
it's
have a
really
place in my
unique
heart
program.
I had one brother who had special needs, long story, but anyway, I always really connected to those at-risk kind of students, so good for you.
Yes.
Oh, that's great. Well, let's switch a little bit to construction world since we're a construction
Right.
company.
Yes.
So you have a couple projects going on here on multiple campuses, so how do you see these projects serving staff and students? I mean, like, why are you doing these?
So we did a facility study probably back in 2017, 2018. We did a couple of those. A majority of our buildings were established in the 60s.
Yeah.
So they were getting to a point where they needed to have some things addressed. And so we took that facility study and we developed a strategic plan. We had other strategic plan ideas as part of our school corporation, but I think it was 2019 we got together, we took a lot of the different studies that we had done, not just with facilities, but just in areas for improvement.
Sure.
And we came up with a strategic plan. Well, then COVID hit, and so that kind of put the strategic plan to the side for a little bit. Well, we reinitiated it shortly after that, and we had some ideas that didn't happen. And so we felt like our community supported us trying to keep things the way they are as far as our structure is concerned, but that we could try to update and fix up our buildings.
Right.
And so we got to work. We got architects involved. We got WIGAN involved. They've been a huge support to help lead us through this journey, because this is something that we've never really done, at least in my experience. When my first project when I got here was doing a wastewater treatment plant. So talk about a crappy job, right?
Yes. Cute, right, but yes.
Right, so something of this magnitude, we needed the help and the support. And so what we're looking to do is really just try to create spaces that are going to spark innovation, hands-on learning, and just really bring our buildings up to a modern time as far as the flexibility that's required in education now with programming and so forth, so that we can do things a little bit more efficiently in our buildings. And one of the things that I would go along with that is that we know that schools are more than just buildings, and that's where all the magic happens though inside, and we want to make sure that we're providing those spaces so that our students and our staff can take pride and know that what's happening in these buildings is important.
Right, and as an outsider looking in, I really think you've nailed those flexible spaces, and you really are introducing efficiency by some of the things you're doing, how you're combining some grade levels and some other things. So kudos to all of you, because it's hard. That's not easy.
It is.
But I think it'll be fabulous.
Right, and you know, who knows what will happen long term as far as the vision is, but we're trying to, you know, build a better community within our structure. It can be challenging because we have two sides of the county that we're managing, and so you know we want everybody to feel like a community, but we want Northfield to have a strong sense as a part of MSD, and Southwood to have a strong sense of being a part of MSD. So.
So is your sense that is being fulfilled by what you're doing?
Exactly.
Both? Yeah.
I believe so. We haven't started the work at Southwood yet.
Right, but they know it's coming, right? And
And so, working on finishing up the Northfield stuff, but we've started those conversations on the Southwood, and we got a good start, game plan happening, and hopefully in the near future we'll start having shovels in the ground when it comes to that.
Very exciting.
Yep.
Yeah. I was not that aware before I did some research as a superintendent, I guess, about how environments really impact learning, but they really do.
They do.
So they really do. So good. Switching gears a little bit out of construction, just what do you think are some of the biggest challenges that we're seeing right now in public education, and how do you think you're addressing them here at MSD Wabash?
All right. The biggest challenges.
Challenges, yeah.
Well, every corporation is going to be unique in its challenges.
Sure.
And so I think I don't think we're immune to this issue, and it's just really continuing to find good individuals and retain good staff with the hiring process. You know, as it used to be back in the day when you would have an opening, you'd have 20, 30, 40 applications, and in some cases you're lucky to get 2 or 3. And a lot of those may not even have a background in education. And so that provides challenges. And so I feel like along with Mike's leadership that we've really developed a good, strong culture in supporting our staff. Our turnover rates have went down tremendously. besides people retiring, we typically don't have a lot of people leave unless they're moving or retiring.
Yep.
So that's helped slow down having to fill some of those needs. But as programming changes and needs change, then you're finding unique areas that you need to fill.
Yeah.
And that really is a challenge with that. So we feel like we want to find good people, nice people, and then that we can train them to do the job that they need to do to help our students.
Yep.
And that's what we do, and we provide good professional development for our current staff. We try to help support them and give them the things that they feel like will help them be successful in the classroom. And so I think some of those things have really helped narrow that concern down a little bit.
Yeah.
Still there, but it just something I think everybody deals with.
I think so too. It is a large challenge right now.
It is.
Good.
It is.
Good
So-
for you to address it in the ways that you have. So good for you. So maybe one last question. If you could share one piece of advice with aspiring educators, what would it be?
One advice I would say is to make sure you understand your why. And that's something that you can always go back to help you really get through some of those tough times. Teaching anything in education is pretty demanding, very demanding. And so you have a lot of people, a lot of needs being pulled in a lot of different directions. And so just revisiting that understanding of why you got into the profession and relying on that understanding to get through those difficult challenges is important. I know the last couple of days I've had a pretty tough day with just some other situations happening and so forth. And so last night I went for a little walk by myself, and I just kind of revisited those thoughts in my head about the importance of the job that we're doing and how we're really impacting lives of students every day. And so I think just knowing what your why is and kind of continuing to keep that in the back of your mind.
Good for you. That is great advice. And in our roles, I mean, it's important to revisit our own whys,
Sure.
right? Yeah,
Exactly.
no, good for you. Very well stated. Thank you. Well, as we kind of wrap up, any last comments? Is there anything you'd like to add to what you heard?
Well, there's a couple
Dr.
things. First of
Kuhn?
all,
Yeah.
Dr. Kuhn is very unique in that he can look at the details, very detail-oriented in his past position, but also he's a visionary. And so that was always great about working with him, because things that maybe I did not see, he would bring up and suggest different things. So that's very unique, because sometimes people are very visionary and don't see the small details, the minute details, but he was good at that too, so it's very unique. And also I'd like to say that when he was principal of Fountain, actually, they were a 4-star school.
Oh,
and that's
definitely you should say that.
Yes, he missed out on that, because
Wow.
that's a great kudos to him and
It
his
is.
staff that was there. So always like to bring that up. Yeah. Unfortunately, with the situation, I mean, that school is no longer a school, but because of everything else, became very. It was just a good situation because it needed to happen. Those are two things. So I really appreciated working with Dr. Kuhn. Miss obviously working with him and the other staff members, but also enjoy being a part of Wygant Construction.
Yeah, great. How about you? Any parting comments or anything, Dr. Kuhn?
We all wouldn't be in any positions we are if it wasn't for the support of other people.
Right.
And so, Mike was a huge support in that and just my development, and so I've always appreciated that. That we worked together for a long time.
Yeah, right.
And so I know that he wasn't going anywhere, but it still was a kind of a sad day when we knew that that was the last day. But I've just always appreciated Mike and allowing me the flexibility and the confidence in me to do what I could do.
Yeah.
So
Super. Well, we wish you well in your future
Thank you. I
endeavors here at
appreciate that.
MSD.
Yes.
And thank you for sharing your time with us today
Yep.
and some of the incredible things that are going on here at MSD Wabash.
Yeah, we're really excited, and we're
Yeah.
going to keep pushing forward.
Yes, good. So thanks everyone for joining us in this episode of Community Conversations. And please tune in wherever you get your podcast for the next episode when it's available. Thank you.